So Skittering Kitten, pretty cool, like pretty damn weak for aggro, I think. Pretty cool. Yeah, just do better. Vogue the Vogue. Sorry. Like 1/1 haste is bad, but it's kind of like a 1/1. If you have Mayhem, it's kind of like 1/1 haste that can attack, and it doesn't matter if they block because you can still use the ability. And it's also like you don't get a card advantage, right? When you do this, like you lost Skittering Kitten, so when you Mayhem, you gotta Mayhem. You kind of gotta Mayhem. But when you do Mayhem, you do get like a card that came in faster. So and it's free to do so. So it's like pretty easy to quickly get bigger creatures and cheaper spells or some spells with better effects. It's pretty cool in what it does, but I'm really not sure how much I want to 1/1 haster for 1 mana. I think it's a D+. I think it's fine, but the problem with this one is like you must have that Mayhem card. Otherwise, it's horrible. You just discarded 2 cards to get 1. What do you think, Scotty?
I think Mayhem is common enough, and I think this card is good and cheap enough and exactly where I want it on the curve. To the point, I'd be happy running multiples of these in those decks, and I think you'll get them consistent enough. I'm actually going to put this straight up at a C. I actually like the kitten.
Oh, you like it more than like conniving and stuff?
About the same. I actually kind of like it. Fan.
So enough Mayhem. Okay, I can go to a C-. Give me the C- from me. Okay, this kind of makes sense, yeah.
I have to ask. This is in the set, right? Like this is real. Just to verify.
What is real?
Like actual shock.
Okay. This is shock, yeah.
Yeah, so this is just shock, red, instant, deals 2 damage to any target. Very efficient. But the fact that this can't kill all the things that you necessarily need it to kill is pretty rough. And I think in actual, I think in 2025 that doesn't really cut it. Like you can't look at shock and call it removal because it doesn't remove the things that you typically would like to remove, like your opponent's bombs, etc. This more acts like something that can trade off early, kind of like somewhat of a function of a 2-drop, but it has a little bit of additional flexibility on top of that in terms of killing utility creatures, in terms of interacting instant speed and combat, etc. But yeah, this is like a C for me.
Yeah, not very good, I think, as well. A lot of 2-drops are... Man, so many 2-drops in this set are 1/3s and 0/3s and stuff. It's so many, Scotty. It's a huge amount. I'm talking about the commons, like there is a green 1/3, blue 1/3. And that's a lot, and like 2 blue 0/3s, 1/3s, and connive. Yeah, one can target to connive. You put counters somewhere. The reason why fire magic was good, thunder magic was good. It was basically shock, but for 4 mana you can kill something that has 4 or more or less toughness. The reason why it was so good is because shock is really good when it's good. Like you pay 1 mana to kill a 2-drop and some 3-drops. Which means like on turn 3 you can play a 2-drop and kill a 2-drop, and that's huge. Huge tempo, absolutely huge. But then the problem with shock is it stops doing anything pretty fast. And then it's really crappy. It's same thing with bounce. Like why is Into the Royal, whatever the name was in this set, like bounce something for 2 mana, bounce something, draw a card for 4. Why is it so good? Because bouncing for 2 is really good when it's good. Like you have the agency to do that when you want it. And then you can always, same like Thunder Magic for 4 damage, you can always bounce something and gain a card, and that is never bad. It might not be perfect, but it's never bad. It's always at least even for you. I kind of don't like shock, maybe even more in this set, so I'm actually gonna give it a C- for this set.
Yeah, I think C- is more accurate.
Galvanized Workforce. For 1 and a red, it's a 2/2 Trampler. Whenever you cast a spell with mana value 4 or greater, this creature deals 1 damage to each opponent. Okay. For 6 mana, put 2 +1/+1 counters on this creature, activate a sorcery. Man, that's a common. This is a common. There's a lot of text on this common. Jesus Christ. There's so much text on this common 2-drop. 2 to trample, fine. 1 damage every time you cast something 4 or greater, nice. And then it has infinite evolve. Like, it's infinite evolve. It's... You can keep growing it every turn in late game if that's what you want to do. And yeah, your 6 mana put 2 counters on something is not good, but it's free. And it's... fine 2-drop. Right? It's a 2-drop that you're playing and then can do things later. I'm on a C+. This seems very good.
Yeah, this is a lot for a 2-drop. Big fan of this one. Premium 2-drop, C+.
Premium.
This is Romantic Rendezvous. Romantic Rendezvous is 1 in a red for a sorcery. Discard a card, then draw 2 cards. This may look like Tormenting Voice, but this is actually the first time they've printed an effect like this. Or rather, at this monocost sorcery. If you have an empty hand, this draws 2 cards. If this is the last card in your hand, you cast it, you do not need to discard. Discarding is not part of the cost. You just discard and draw 2. In terms of enabling mayhem, relatively cheap. And even, honestly speaking, filtering, even if you do have like excess cards in your hand and filtering is like not actually the worst at this cheap cost. I've always thought that these effects were slightly underrated. So I kind of like this. I actually like Romantic Rendezvous. A decent amount. I'm giving this a C.
Yeah, it's kind of cool in this set. But I think you're gonna see a lot of it, and I don't think you want too many. I mean, just discarding something, drawing 2 cards is okay. Filtering, why not? But it's fine that it's sorcery, I think. I would like it to be instant, but it's fine. Actually, instant would be so cool. People would fuck up so much with mayhem. I'm on a C-. I'm on a C-. It's really nice with mayhem, but and it's fine without it. But the conniver seems so much better, right? You affect the board. You draw that extra card. Anyways, here this can be like, yeah, 2 mana, draw 2 cards basically, and use something with mayhem. That's nice, but I don't think there is that much mayhem. C- because of mayhem. Without mayhem, something like a DD plus. No instant speed, no sorcery instant synergies, but yeah. I think you're easily gonna get it when you need it, so yeah. Full Throttle Fanatic. Or fucking Taxi Driver. For 1 and a red, it's a 3-1. Target creature, for 1 and tap, target creature gains haste until end of turn. Okay, 2 mana 3-1, it's okay, it's fine. Giving haste to something, okay, that's fine. Tapping itself? For maybe some web viewing? Is okay-ish. Is the name web viewing?
Web slinging.
Web slinging, really? Okay, what's the name from Omen Pots?
And web.
And web, okay, for in web. It's just fine. Normal 2-drop, you're gonna need them in this set, just a C.
Just a C?
Yep.
I think this effect's kind of bad. I'm not in love with this. I think the difference between free tap to give haste and 1 mono tap to give haste is pretty huge.
It's huge.
I do like free tap to give haste. I think those effects are strong. But I think overall this is like I think this is a pretty crap 2-drop. But you know, you still need 2s. C- for me.
That makes sense.
Deathflame Burst. Deathflame Burst is 2 in a red for a sorcery. Deathflame Burst deals 4 damage to target creature. Mayhem 1 in a red. All right, 3 damage, deal 4. That's bad. That's not very good. The mayhem aspect on this is kind of sort of everything. You really want to be mayheming this.
Yep.
Otherwise, it's a very subpar removal spell. This one I think will be a big offender in terms of people trying to cast this at instant speed off the mayhem.
Yeah.
Specifically because we just had Bombard in Edge of Eternities.
Yep.
We just had Bombard. Overall, I think this is fine. You know, it's kind of sad. Actually, I think there's a pretty big divide between reactive and proactive cards with Mayhem. Reactive cards, I think, get a lot worse because you're conniving and stuff. You want to get the value, by discarding your Mayhem card, but sometimes you just won't be able to.
Yep.
Which kind of sucks. And if it's a proactive Mayhem card, you can just cast it. No matter what, you can just cast it. You cannot cast this at instant speed.
Nope.
Mayhem is bound by timing restrictions. So unless your creature has flash, you can't cast it at instant speed. And sorceries, you cannot cast at instant speed either. Quite sad. This is a C for me.
C as well. Yeah. Same thing. Sorcery 3 mana, 4 damage is not very good. Mayhem sells it. But yeah, not sure if you always want to do that. Much easier to play creatures with Mayhem. Wardens of the Silver Web Summit. For 2 and a red, it's a 2/3 with reach. Whenever it becomes tapped, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. Now, this is another one of those 3-drops that are super whatever. Like, all the common 3-drops are kind of whatever. So... I don't know, man, it's like so whatever. I'm just giving it a D+. It's like nothing is very good on this, sure. Very nice with Mayhem, but... Man, it's so much easier to when you connive with something. It's so much easier when you don't have to fucking attack with your 2/3. 2/3 is not good on attacks. And it's a legendary, so... No, it's also a legendary. I'm just giving this a straight up D. I don't like it. It's also legendary.
Yeah, D for me. I just don't think this is good.
The other 3-drops that are not that
crap.
good are at least not legendary.
Yep. Sadistic String Puller, 3 and a red for a creature, Spider Horror Citizen. It's a 4/3 with Mayhem, 1 and a red. Okay, yeah, you know, like if you want more Mayhem stuff, I actually think you can do a lot worse than putting multiple Sadistic String Pullers in your deck. That's fine, and I do think that the Mayhem archetype and conniving, discarding, for example, to Romantic Rendezvous is going to be consistent enough where I'm pretty happy picking these up. On the scale of things to Mayhem, I think this is just strictly average. Average. In fact, we've given, at least I have given a lot of these red cards a very average grade, but I'm giving this one an average grade as well, which I don't know if it's actually possible or correct, but I'm giving this a C. I think it's fine.
A C? Yes, okay. Yeah, I mean, if you don't Mayhem it, that's really bad. Everything is
really
better.
bad, yes.
But this is kind of cool with that spider cat, whatever the name is. That cat that you... On turn 2 can have a 4/3. It's kind of nice for conniving as well. Does get you that extra value and stuff. So yeah, it's okay. I'm gonna give it a C-, but if you really need Mayhem, you get it. I can see it being better in C-. C, no, give it a C, Like, I mean, this is the Mayhem card, I think. I actually think this is the Mayhem common. This is the one.
You're gonna like fill your deck. Sorry, I think you're gonna fill your deck with these cards until you hit the threshold where you're happy with your Mayhem synergies.
And there's not much more. There's not many more cards with Mayhem. Like these are, we just went through. There is 3 commons. The black one, which is a legendary, so that's a problem. And then there's the removal and discard. Those are the commons that you're gonna get that have Mayhem. More uncommons, but most uncommons are also a little bit... how should I put this? Conditional. So this is I think this is the card that you can always play for Mayhem. That's why I give it a C. I am a little bit worried about Mayhem. Conniving is still great. But this is the card, I think, that is gonna be your Mayhem and payoff. F1, Rage Incubator. For 4 and a red, it's a 5/4 dinosaur villain. With menace, that's pretty bad. But for 1 and a red, you can discard this card until end of turn. Target creature you control gets +3/+1 and becomes dinosaur in addition to its other types. Okay, this card is really bad. Like +3/+1 is really bad trick. Horrible trick. It's nice that this card has both, especially because it's legendary. But both halves are pretty fucking bad. I'm just gonna give this a D.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. And when Neon Dynasty came around, I thought Iron Hoof Boar was gonna be like the bee's knees. It was fine. It was okay. It was alright. And this is like worse, I think.
Worse, and legendary.
Yeah, so this is D+ for me.
Damn. This red commons got pretty shitty grades, huh?
Pretty average. I think they actually got better grades than blue cards.
Yeah? You got a B
Well, no,
minus.
blue cards had a couple really good standouts, like the bounce and the 2-mana cantrip.
Got a
Were
B
pretty damn
minus
good.
and C+. But blue also had pretty bad creatures. Red just has nothing that we really liked, except the 2-drop. Which is important. 2-drops are important. I'm okay. On to the uncommons.
Can you read this next one?
Firebrain Scheme. It's a sorcery. Oh, it's a... Oh my god, that's a sorcery?
You thought this was an instant?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, exile. Choose
Yikes.
one. Exile the top 2 cards of your library. Choose one of them until the end of your next turn. You may play that card. Or 1 or 2 target creatures each get +1/+0 and gain first strike until end of turn. Holy, that's bad. Like, you pay 1 mana, I guess, to get the best out of top 2 cards, but you gotta play it this turn or next turn, so that's kinda nice. I mean, it's not a very good cantrip. It's sorcery speed. And 2 creatures get +1/+0 first strike? That is so bad at sorcery speed. They're just gonna attack, sure. I don't see anything about this card that sells it to me, Scotty. I'm just gonna give it like... Because exile is so much worse than draw a card, so I'm just gonna give it a D.
Oh, that's kind of surprising. Yeah, I'm giving this a D, and I pretty much can only see myself even putting this in a deck if I have some stuff that cares about exile, and which is very little. But
Yeah.
I think there are like a couple cards that actually care about cards coming off exile, or at least not from your hand.
I think rares or something. I think it's rares.
Yeah, but yeah, it's not anything special.
I thought it was instant, and
D
then I
for
was
me as
like,
well.
man, this is amazing.
Yeah, that'd be pretty dang good.
Yeah, like it's a trick that works on 2 creatures, and then if that doesn't work, it's only 1 mana, so that's crazy. You can just get one of the top 2 cards on their turn.
This is Cam and Ferric, Havoc Duo. 1 in a red for a legendary creature, goblin, human, villain. It's a 1/2 with flying and haste. Whenever you discard a card, Cam and Ferric gets +2/+0 until end of turn. Okay, so on its own, nothing, right? On its own, nothing. But I don't think it's actually unreasonable to discard multiple cards in a turn, especially if your deck is sort of built around that. Cats, the romantic rendezvous, conniving, right? Actually, this is a fantastic connive target. Just it holds counters well, and it gets the temporary bonus. So I think this can represent a bunch of damage. That being said, not a great blocker. So I don't think I don't think I see this and I'm like, whoa, time to go into like madness discard deck. I think this is pretty average. I'm giving this a C.
It's a legendary, man, that doesn't really trade well. That's a problem. Even though it's an uncommon. I'm gonna see less cards, but I'm gonna see double the uncommons. You're gonna see uncommons very reasonably. The same ones. Yeah, I mean, I don't think you can pick this out. Yeah, the legendary kills it again. I'm on like a D+ for this one, and it's a very cool effect. If this was not a legendary, I would be way higher on it, because if you had a couple, you can be like, this is my deck. And then 2 or 3 of these are attacking, and you just start discarding 1 or 2 cards, and there is so much damage in the air. So fucking much. It's huge damage. But you're only ever gonna have 1 of these. I guess you can discard the next one. So that's kind of cool. I guess C- is okay. You can discard the next one if that's what you're doing. So I guess C-, but while you're building around your deck around the card that you're gonna only have 1 on the battlefield ever, and you really want to have multiples.
I mean, you're not really building it around
True.
Cam and Ferric / Hobgoblin. You're building it normal madness. Like this slots in kind of normally into what you're already doing if you're just mayheming, right?
Yeah. The Infernus. For 2 and a red, it's 0/0 villain. When it enters, search your library for a basic mountain card, put it onto a battlefield tap, then shuffle. The Infernus gets +1/+1 for each mountain you control, then when the Infernus leaves the battlefield, sacrifice a land. Okay. Mono red, broken card. Not mono red? I don't know how many mountains you're gonna have, man. You're gonna have 1 more, right? So if you have 2, it's a 3/3. But then you don't want to trade it because you're gonna sack a land. This is hard. Is this really good or not? Because you can't trade it. Oh, if you don't have any mountains, this is 0-0, but that is actually true. And there are dual lands as well. It does ramp you. It's a villain. But I think it's small most of the times, and you can't really trade it off. I'm on a D+.
Nice. B-.
B-? Okay, explain to me.
Yeah, this card slaps.
Why?
What do you need? What do you want? It's a 2/2, right? Minimum. Unless you have a dual land, sure, whatever. Discounting that. 2/2 minimum when it comes into play. You've ramped up to 4. Let's say you don't trade it. You get to utilize the extra mana. This thing can potentially grow, probably reasonably, can become 3/3, 4/4 throughout the game. I think 4/4 is like pretty normal. For a 3-drop, right? You're already getting a little bit of additional acceleration. And if you trade it off, it's not like you're down cards.
Yeah.
You just sack the mountain that you fetched. That's fine. Or like another thing, you know? Or like another land that you don't need. That's totally fine. Totally fine. Like if you have 2 mountains in play, which only happens, what, like 65, 70% of the time?
Still not even that, because you're gonna have dual lands, maybe.
Maybe a little bit lower. But this is a lot of value. This is a solid card. Like even temporary ramp for this is quite good. And in the later game, when you draw this later, this can be like a 5/5, maybe a 6/6 if you're lucky. That's huge. Like I don't know what else you want.
I mean, if it's a 3/3, I'm into it. It does block 2 drops. If it's a 2/2, man. Okay, it's true.
If it's a 2/2, it's like better than, it's like equivalent or maybe sometimes better than like Civic Wayfinder.
What is that card?
It's like 2/2 fetch a land into hand. But I understand that you can just trade off, so it's a little different. But
that's
it's
so huge, and
in
it's
the same
fixing
realm
as well. That is so much better. Okay, I can go to a C+. I can see it. Yeah, you don't have to trade it right away, and you can use the ramp. And when you don't have to use the ramp, you just go on and do the thing. Okay, I can see that. Right, C+.
Also, yeah. Don't cast this without a mountain. It won't work out well for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't do that. Okay, Restless Razorkin, 2 and a red. For a creature, human rogue villain, it's a 3/3 with trample. Whenever you cast a spell with mana value 4 or greater, you may exile the top card of your library. If you do, you may play that card until you exile another card with this creature. That's kind of massive.
That's broken.
That last line. So you can just play something with mana value 4 or greater, and you're not rushed to cast it. Even if you lose Restless Razorkin, you can still cast that card from exile.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. That's crazy good. You have drawn a card. It just restricts you a little bit in terms of the order which you can cast them, you know? Like, because you have to cast the exile one before you exile another one. So sure, that's fine. I think this is really good. 3/3 for 3 trample, whatever. But the fact that this is just an engine in itself, I like it a lot. B-.
Oh yeah, I'm putting this on a B. Because the body is a 33 trample, that's fine. I'm just putting this on a B. Yeah, it's just like you keep getting more cards as well. I'm on a B. Like 3-drop that I really wanna kill. And not the fucking legendary. Like, this powerful card is not a legendary. Wisecrack for 2 and a red. Instant target creature deals damage equal to its power to itself. If that creature is attacking, this deals 2 damage to that creature's controller. I'm not sure. There's a good amount of creatures that have more toughness than the power. And it doesn't really get rid of... Like, we had a similar card that kills flyers very easily. I'm not super into this. I think it's just average. I'm gonna give this like a C.
Yeah, 2 damage is a lot, but C+ for me. I think this misses a fair amount that you're going to be not super thrilled.
Yep.
Still, it's solid. Like, I'm gonna play it a bunch. Lava-born Goblins, 4 and a red for a creature, Goblin Berserker villain. It's a 5/4 with haste and mayhem, 2 and a red. Okay, the mayhem. The difference between mayhem 1, 2, And then 3 is a lot. So this Mayhem, in my opinion, is a little on the expensive side for what you can be Mayheming. The effect, 5 mana for 5/4 haste is disappointing. Like the 4 toughness is really for me. We've been talking about like good blockers on 5 mana, good et cetera, et cetera. Like it's the difference between 4 and 5 toughness for me is massive in terms of what you can actually block or not just trade off with in combat. So I think 4 toughness actually is kind of poopy. I'm not particularly into Lava-born goblins, even if you can Mayhem it. So this is a D+ for me. I think you can do better with Mayhem.
Oh, I'm into it. I'm into it. Like when you have 5 mana and most of the connive cards cost 2. That's good. That's pretty good. Man, this with a cat though.
Yeah, on turn 3, that's very strong.
This messes up the opponent with a cat. I'm actually on a C+ for this one. Not a legendary as well. Man, legendary killing a lot of cards.
It's possible that Mayhem is like a vast majority. I mean, it is the vast majority of that card's value. So I could be discounting it too much.
Also, Ruthless Rival. For 4 and double red, you get a 5/5. It has first strike during your turn. And when it enters, it deals 2 damage to target creature and 2 damage to that creature's controller. That is a lot for a 6-drop. Yeah, if you kill literally anything, you're happy, and God help your opponent blocking this. I think that's enough. I think this is enough. I'm on a C+ for this one.
If you play this on an empty board, you dome yourself for 2. Is that right?
Yes.
That's hilarious.
That's actually hilarious, yeah.
That's a mandatory target.
That's hilarious, man.
All right. I mean, that's not nothing. If you play this out and your opponent doesn't have any creatures, you're taking 2 damage. Oh, that's rich. What'd you give it?
C+.
C+? Yeah, I'm also on a C+. This is pretty good for a 6-drop. This is Rizna, the Spider Crowned. Red for legendary creature, Spider Human Hero. It's a 1/2. Whenever you attack with 2 or more spiders, put a +1/+1 counter on Rizna. Whenever Rizna deals 4 or more damage, exile the top card of your library. Until the end of your next turn, you may play that card. All right, this is, unfortunately speaking, I think that's kind of a lot to ask. You have to attack. You have to have that spider. They have to still be on the battlefield. 4 damage is a lot, right? Especially considering that spiders are supported, especially because red is actually the biggest density of spiders at common.
Yeah.
But not like an insane amount. It's supported. It's there.
This is a rare. This is the first rare that we're seeing, by the way, guys.
Yes, this is the first rare, but I think this is a little bit too much of a hoop to jump through to be a really good card. I think overall it's kind of like sort of average. So I think this is like a C-.
Yeah, there's that +4/+4 trick, right?
It's 2 tricks work.
And you just need 1 more spider for this to start doing the thing, right? 1 more spider, because this is a spider.
Yeah, 1 more spider.
Or if you take 2 spiders, different spiders, but that's a lot to ask still. What do you give it?
C-.
I'm on a C. I think it's fine. But in some decks, it's gonna shine.
I mean, I think this can. I think this might have a ceiling if you just naturally want spiders anyway. Like it just happens to be that those are the cards you were given. I could see Rizna playing out more like a B-.
Sure, that seems fine. I mean, you can pay 1 mana in green to give +4/+4 to a spider, I guess. But that's pretty
pretty sick. I mean, it just turns it into a burn/cantrip, right?
Yeah. Maybe cantrip, right? You can attack with a spider cat, with that cat, on turn 2, and this.
Yeah, they'll start growing. And then they can block that spider cat and you can just cantrip it.
Yeah. I mean, if you have Mayhem, you cantrip. Queen's Insight for 1 and a red. It's an enchantment. At the beginning of your first main phase, discard a card. You do draw a card. Whenever you play a land or cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, this enchantment deals 1 damage to each opponent. Okay, that's a very slow but very cool Mayhem enabler. You must discard a card. And only if you do. Oh, you need a lot of mayhem. God damn, you need a lot of mayhem here. I think it's too slow. I'm just gonna give it a D. D minus. Way too slow.
I like that it's cheap, but if you're in a top decking phase, it kind of plays similarly to like one of those cards that you reveal from the top, and then you can play a type of card for like if it's matches a condition. And this one, that condition is kind of like Mayhem, right? Like if Mayhem is the top card, then you basically get to get it for free, and it doesn't really do that much beyond that because it's a forced discard.
Or is this
The
card?
first time I read this, I thought it was an optional discard, so I was kind
Hmm.
of a little bit more into it because you get like double dip in selection later. But I'm not really a fan, so I'm gonna give this a D+.
Okay.
This is Kraza. The Swarm is 1 in a red for a legendary creature, Spider Human Hero. It's a 2/1 with Riot. Other spiders you control have Riot. Spells and abilities can't be countered. Damage can't be prevented. Oh, that's a symmetrical effect.
Mm-hmm.
Spells. So if you play this in blue-red for some reason, you can't counter their stuff. That's hilarious. Um,
And their spiders
so
have
Riot.
Riot as well.
No. Other spiders you control have Riot.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
Okay. And Riot, since this is like a callback mechanic, it means that it enters with either a +1/+1 counter or a haste. So it's like either a 3/2 with text that, frankly speaking, doesn't matter a ton, or it's a 2/1 with haste. 3/2 is pretty good for a 2-drop already. That's like fine. That's already like fine. And other spiders having Riot. Once again, we said that red has the highest density of common spiders, can actually be a huge difference. Like adding +1/+1 counter turns like average size creatures into completely busted creatures on curve. The fact that you can just drop this pretty easily and already get a good creature on its own here. So I think this is good. I think this is a B.
I'm on a B plus. It's just so. It's already very good on its own. Like 3/2 or a 2/1. B is fine. B is fine. Like but it's any spider, even the tokens. Yeah, I wanna. Yeah, it's B seems fine. Yeah, but it's really good on its own, right? 3/2 or 2/1 haste. That's already good. But yeah, and yeah. This is can pull me into red. Bio Irritable Instructor. For 1 and double red, it's a 2/3 flyer. You don't lose unspent red mana as steps and phases end. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, add red. When this thing leaves the battlefield, you may pay X. When you do, it deals X damage to target player. So, a little bit hard to cast, but 2/3 is decent for 3 mana. It can ramp you over in the multiple turns. And you may pay X, it's not only red mana. And you're gonna get excess red mana and maybe double spell. This does fucking everything, and then when it dies, it's an evasive threat, but when it dies, it's gonna probably deal a shit ton of damage to the opponent, depending on how much you have banked. Like, you can even make a situation. Also leaves the battlefield. You can make up a situation. You can also make it leave the battlefield, but a situation where opponent cannot kill this, you just keep it in the air, not block, and you block and kill them if they do, and they're gonna be afraid of spider slinging or whatever the name is. Okay, this is so good. I'm giving it to this a B plus. It's so good for a 3-drop.
Yeah, this is a B+. I mean, this is kind of crazy. It very, very quickly comes to the point where they're kind of just dead. Because they're gonna start depleting life total to the flyer, and then all of a sudden you have like 5 mana banked up, and you're attacking with 4 mana open, and if they kill it, you're taking 9. That's pretty wild. Yeah, pretty wild. Yeah, that's crazy. Yes, you do keep. Yeah, you do keep your mana throughout all the turns, right? Including your opponent's
through
stuff.
all the
Yeah.
turns.
It just maintains. Okay.
We had a similar card like this, like some kind of a dragon or something. But this.
Okay, this is Laszlo, Enthusiastic Accuser. 2 in a red for a legendary creature, human citizen. It's a 2/2. When it enters, suspect up to 1 target creature. Whenever a creature you control with menace attacks, create a treasure token. Suspect, being another callback mechanic, is that a creature that is suspected has menace and can't block. So when it enters, you can suspect an opponent's creature to make it never block. let's say they have like a 1/5 for 4 mana and you just suspect it, all of a sudden that thing's an attacker. Can't really do much else. But specifically when the creature you control with menace attacks, like you can suspect one of your own creatures to make it evasive and also give you a little bit of treasure tokens. Then I guess you get a little bit of boost from that. So it has a little bit of flexibility in that regard. I think for a 3 mana 2/2, even with the flexibility, I don't think this does enough. I think it's a little on the weak side. I'd be kind of a lot more into it if there was a more consistent, like, common menacers, but there really aren't that many, are there? Let me do a quick search if I'm missing any like key actual good commons with menace in this set.
Not that many, especially not in the early game. There are uncommon ones.
Yeah. Yeah, so especially like you have to choose your target when this enters. It's not like you can choose it later.
Yeah. You can make
actually,
their,
like
I mean, you can make their creature never able to block.
Yeah, but I'm kind of not really into this. I think this is like a C-.
I'm into it. Like, you make that creature never be able to block. You can make your 2-drop or something. Menace is a bit of a problem. Make your ramp you right away. And ramp you multiple times. Like maybe this thing. And the worst thing is probably you choose this thing and then it ramps you, but it cannot block. I'm okay with it. I'm pretty happy with this. But I'm on a C+. It has enough bad stats, but enough flexibility that it's good, I think. So C+. I think you're gonna find a good way to use it. Lava Brink repels the magma. Okay. It's a 5 mana saga. Man, I fucking love sagas. Every set should have uncommon sagas. Write that down. Everybody in Wizards that's listening. Every set becomes more fun with sagas.
Gosh, did you know?
Huh?
Lola, did you realize? I'm about to blow your mind. Sagas are vanishing. They're vanishing.
Why?
It's what you wanted. Because they have counters and they tick and then they disappear. They're vanishing. It's everything that you ever wanted.
Dude, I was not saying the card on itself. I was saying make another card vanish. Make a different card vanish than itself.
This one vanishes. It's like a magic trick.
What?
It's like a magic trick. It enters and then it disappears. How can you not love that?
You mean because of the faded counters that I said? Fading counters?
Yeah.
The whole premise of what I was saying is not creatures that have fading, enchantments that have fading. The whole premise is make a creature of your choice have fading. So you have that.
Oh my goodness, you mentioned Star Trek one time. I'm going to assume from now on your entire personality is Star Trek.
Did I mention Star Trek?
No, that's a joke. It's how people sometimes work. Like you mentioned fading one time, I just assumed that everything that you love is fading.
Okay,
and your
okay.
entire
I mean, I do like
personality is
certain
fading.
Star Treks, but yeah, that is not okay. Yeah, okay, I understand. But yeah, fading on your choice of creature, because it's a huge thing that you're gonna do. Like a creature is gonna go away, but you have you're not playing like a 6/6 for 4 mana that's gonna go away. No. This is so complex in the decisions that you can make. Anyways, first chapter. Until your next turn, each creature attacks each combat if able and attacks a player other than you if able. Okay, so it's gonna attack you and your creatures are gonna attack the opponent. So you can use this. I mean, you're obviously gonna play this on your end step and make their creatures on your second main phase and make their creatures attack. Second step, add 3 red mana. Third step, this saga deals 5 damage to each opponent. That's fucking horrible, okay. I thought it was gonna be great since it's 5 mana. That's horrible. Like, I guess ramp is nice, yeah, but it's 5 mana basically do nothing. Sure, your opponent's creatures are gonna attack, but they're gonna play new creatures, and this always looks like, oh man, I'm gonna have a 6/6, our opponent is gonna have 5/5. I'm gonna have a 5/5. I'm gonna kill all of their creatures because they're all a little bit smaller. The 5 damage is huge on the last chapter, though. Maybe it's not that bad, because you get that 3 mana. Because then, like, the fact that you're gonna attack them while their creatures are down, except the one they played, a new creature that they played. Like, this 5 damage could be a real clock. So, I guess I don't think it's completely unplayable. But it's not great. Super cool for commander though. This messes up everything. Oh my god. It's so bad when you're behind. Yeah, I'm on a D-. I think it's can be played. That's about it.
I think I'm taking this at a D, but I think if you're actually have put together a very, very aggressive deck, I think this can actually be very scary. But it's not
yeah,
great.
but it's also a
Too bad.
5-drop that even in an aggressive deck, you don't know if you're gonna be the one who is ahead. And then this is basically lose a game. You'll lose a game if you're not ahead. Aggressive decks doesn't mean you're gonna be ahead. Aggressive 5-drops are not good even in aggressive decks. Like, sorry, okay, aggressive 5-drops. 5-drops that are like single body and require for you to attack, those are usually not good even in aggressive decks. Because you don't know if you're gonna be the aggressor no matter how aggressive your deck is. You never know until the game starts.
I mean, I don't actually think there's a surplus of aggressive 1-drops to the point where you can be that extreme in knowing. This is Naya, Sky Sail Storyteller. It's 1 in a red for a legendary creature, human, performer, hero. And when Naya enters, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card for as long as you control this creature, and 2 blue, red, white, transform Naya, activate only as a sorcery. Transforms into Fabled Sky Climber, which is a 4/4 with flying, vigilance, and haste. Whenever you play a land from exile or cast a spell from exile, put a +1/+1 counter on Naya. Remove 2 counters from this. Exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. Okay, notably speaking, it's kind of unrealistic to expect you to just hold on to that card that you got from the front side just to put a +1/+1 counter on that. It's not. It's going to happen sometimes, but it's not going to happen a lot of the time. And even then, you need another thing from exile to continue adding counters. Notably speaking, Mayhem is not casting from exile. Mayhem is casting from your graveyard, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I mean, though let's break this down. Front side, that's an amazing 2-drop.
It's amazing, yeah.
That's already really, really good. Sure, you're incentivized not to trade off on turn 2. Whatever, that's fine. Take a little bit of damage, play a land or whatever, and then trade off. Already a really good 2-drop. That's already extremely good. And then it becomes
Broken.
an evasive threat on the backside. Evasive threat on the backside. So rules wise, if you transform this, it's still the same creature, and you still get to cast your card from exile. Do you agree with that, Lola?
Rule wise, what? It's
rule wise, if you exile something with the front side and then transform it, it's still considered quote unquote this creature, and you can still play or cast that card.
Yes.
Yep. Okay. I mean, I think this card is incredible. 2-drop, gets you a little bit of value, transforms into an actual good threat. What's not to like? B+.
Yeah, I mean, the front side is a B+, right? The stats on the backside are for flying. Can you?
Oh, you want to see it again?
It's for flying vigilance, menace or something like that.
Let me show it again.
Does it even have flying? I kind of forgot.
It has flying, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Haste.
Okay, flying vigilance, haste. I mean, you just gotta. If you play lands, it's even bigger. So the front side is a B+. Like, I would just give the front side, no backside B+. But a possibility of becoming like, that's powerful, man. That's a Sarah's Angel that grows from freaking lands and grows even more once you get it going. Like you are always going to get a +1/+1 counter when you exile the top card, right? Either it's gonna be a land or it's gonna be a spell from exile. Man, I think this is just an A-. I think it's just a bomb because like the front side is a B+, and the back side, like, it's a real thing. B+ just for the front side, nothing else exists. And I mean, this pushes it, man. You got a fucking flyer that grows, a flyer with 4/4 and vigilance that grows, like a much better Sarah's Angel.
I mean, it's like almost, it's not gonna grow that often, right?
Wait, how does it go? When you play a land? Oh, when you play a land from exile. Oh. God damn.
You
Sorry.
thought it was just landfall grow?
Oh my god, why do I think it's a landfall? God damn it. God damn it. I was just
I mean,
finishing.
it's really good still.
Okay, the backside is basically never anything but a 4/4, right?
Yeah, it's going to be very hard to get a
Sarah's
4/5.
Angel. Like, you get a Sarah's Angel on the backside. Yeah, it's lucky to get like one counter of it. I agree. I think that's enough. Like, B plus for the front side, and it becomes a real threat that can kill the opponent. Or for Sarah's Angel. Yeah. I think it's...
That's a good threat on top of it. Yep.
Yeah, I think it's an A minus. Because it is just a B plus for a 2/1 that draws you a card. That's a B plus. Even if it's exiled. You can put counters on it, I guess. Arachnomania. I was just finishing my order, by the way. I'm dead hungry. Arachnomania is a 3 and a red enchantment. The legend rule doesn't apply to spiders you control. Whenever you cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, you may copy it. If you do, you may choose new targets for the copy. If the copy is a permanent spell, it gains haste. Do not do this only once each turn. Okay, this sucks. This is horrible. First, it doesn't just copy the things from your hand. You gotta have a freaking mayhem. It's like almost only mayhem. You gotta have mayhem after this. That is way too much. Way too much to ask. When I pay 5 mana, do nothing. I better just play my spells without any special things, and that's it. And copy them. Night and day difference from a 6 mana mythic in blue, where you need to connect with your creatures that turn. And it's gonna copy, and it's gonna continue doing that. If you draw 0 cards, which you won't, it's still gonna copy things. So I think this is just an F. But I'm probably gonna play it once or twice.
All right, this is an F, and I'm not going to play it.
Don't play this, but it's kind of fun. We are done with red.